Hello, good morning, everyone. Without any further delay, so we will start our webinar for today. Yeah, so good morning, everyone. My name is Shui Leong. So today I will present about this CAM product. Okay, so if let's say you have any question or any unclear issue, then you may type inside the chat box over there. Okay, so yeah, so we can start right now. Okay. So for the camp, this one is our today's agenda. Okay, so you can see over here why we need to have the load balancers and then who is the camp and the introduction of the camp products and the solution as well. Okay, of course, we will talk about some deployment and some use cases that already deploy using the CAM load balancer device over there. Okay, and then we do have the support subscription introduction and also the CAM's value proposition and also the sizing questionnaire. Okay, so later on after this webinar, if let's say you have any question, then you can always email to us. Okay, then we will help you to do the clarification and then do some sizing proposing over there. Okay, so why we need to have the load balancing? Okay, so of course, first of the main point is the server are not big enough. Okay, if for example, if let's say you want to access for the web mywebserver.com, for example. Okay, so of course, if let's say you have few users, okay, they can go into the server without any issue over there. Okay, but yeah, without any issue. But if let's say you have more and more users that want to do the accessing to the web server, okay, so they have some of the issue. Okay, because you just have one server, you need to gather for about 100 or 200 user or the concurrent user that want to log in. Okay, so that means you have the big issue and then the things will be broken and then the connection will be intermittent, not able to connect, and then sometimes user will be kicked out because the server is not unable to do the connection or not able to do the cater to host so many connection at the same time. Okay, so that's why we will come out for this load balancer. Okay, so for those who are new for the load balancer, so this one is a definition. Okay, what is the load balancing? Okay, so for this one, load balancing refers to the process of the distribution, okay, for the task over a set of the resources. Okay, for example, if let's say you have two servers that serve the single web application, then you can use this load balancer to do the traffic transfer or do the round robin load balancing. Okay, if let's say for the server one having the issue, then they will automatically fill over to the server two as well. Okay, so this one is a typical of the load balancing definition over here. Okay, so what is the heart of the driving of your application delivery? Okay, so of course you have the uh, apps, okay, web server app over here. Okay, you have your servers and also your application at your on-premise, or if let's say you are hosting at the cloud there, okay, then you have bunch of the customer of the user that are accessing the data. So that's why for the load balancing of ADC, they will sit in between. They will help you to do the diversifying for the connection. Okay, which user they will go to which server or the application. Okay, they will help you to do the load balancing instead of all the user that will go to the same server. Okay, then you cause your server have the high resources, and then for the uh, maybe the connection will be dropped, and then the web application cannot able to gather for so many users, then they will broken down. Okay, so that's why what you have to expect from the from NDC here. Okay, you want to have the availability. Okay, that means all the transparent will do the fill over when the application resources are filled. Okay, so for example, for the first server, uh, having the issue or unable to power up, then they will automatically fill over to the second server, which is the available server over there. Okay, then next one we have the scalability. Okay, so that you can do the easily do the add or remove the application and also the resources to meet all your changes or all your demands over there. Okay, next one we have the security, which you can do the authenticated of the user and also protect all your application. Yeah, because for the CAM we do come with the WAF, okay, which is the web application firewall that will do the protection, okay, against your servers or your web application there. Okay, next one we have the performance expectation, because for our CAM load balancer you can do the offload security processing. Okay, then you can do the SSL certificate offloading over there, so that uh, the server will not do the offloading of the certificate and burden down the server's resources over there. Okay, and last one we can do the controlling, which is the visibility on the application of the resources availability, the health, the performance. Because for the CAM, you can do the health check for the server as well. Then you can see which of the server having the issue or which of the server cannot be connected. Then that will automatically fill over to the next available server over there. Okay. Yeah. So this one is a customer proven that already installed with the CAM. We have total about more than 25,000 of the global customer, and also 100,000 of the total apps already deployed for over 130 over countries. Okay, so this one is some of the customer that already use up the CAM. Okay, and the satisfied customer as well. Okay, so this one is a keep CAM sys intersection of the multi-cloud journey over here. Okay, as you can see today, there's the writing of all the wall as a legacy, load balancing provide like the F5 and others. Okay, as well as a small startup of the open source provider as well. Okay, are trying to do the support on the multi-cloud users case. Okay, when the CAM come in place, okay, CAM sits uniquely at the intersection of the traditional, okay, load balancing and also the multi-cloud application delivery. Okay, if you are not quite ready to migrate your application into the cloud, okay, or if you're just thinking about the cloud migration, or if you already have the workload spread across the multitude of the cloud environments, okay, CAM always enable you to make the transition to the cloud easily and also the cost effectively at your place there. Okay, what we you do the offering is agility. Okay, with the most flexible option of the load balancing deployments. Okay, from the virtual to the hardware and to the cloud. Okay, offers in your AWS and also the Azure marketplace as well. Okay, beside that, for the CAM, we do have the analytics. Okay, they're giving you the visibility into your existing ADC or the load balancing as well. Okay, for example, the F5, the NGIX, the AWS ELB, and the HA proxy as well. Okay, and also third one is automation. Okay, which will helping you to deploy the load balancing with the zero touch and helping you to solve the apps issue before they will do the before the things being happen over there. Okay, so that's why for this one is a CAM sits as their own intersection of the multi-cloud journey. Okay, so you can see over here for the CAM, we do provide for the virtual load balancing, okay, and also the cloud load balancing, which you can load balance for the public cloud infrastructure, including the AWS and also the Azure. And also we have the hardware as well, okay, which the extensively, okay, family of the high performance hardware at the unmatched value over there. Okay, so this one is the industry most flexible option that CAM can provide to you. Okay, we have the pool licensing, we have the virtual subscription licensing. Okay, and then we also have the meter licensing and hardware perpetual licensing. Okay, depends on you what type of the licensing that you require. Okay, of course, if let's say you are going to the mature, we have few virtual type. Okay, for the model, and also if let's say you want to go for the hardware, okay, we do have the hardware perpetual. Okay, we have certain model of the CAM device. Okay, so from the entry level for the S1 until the LMS40. Okay, depends on you how many users connection and then how many applications that you want to do the load balancing. Okay, if let's say you have this type of the inquiry, then you can come back to us, then we will help you to do the proper sizings over there. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this one is the CAM product portfolio. Okay, so which included into the CAM features. Okay, so this one is the 6 major features that already included inside the CAM device, no matter is your virtual edition, your cloud edition, and also your hardware edition over here. Okay, we do come with the web application firewall, the ESP, the load balancing, and also the GSLP, also we do include for the CAM 360 Vision and also the CAM 360 Central. So this one I will explain more inside the next slide, okay, for the upcoming slide over here. Okay, so for the first one is the load balancing features. Okay, so this one is very common. Okay, we can do the layer 4 and also the layer 7 load balancing. Okay, same goes to the content switching, the content caching, and session persistent as well. Okay, as you can see on the second point, we can do the SSL offload. That means you can insert your certificate, okay, SSL certificate into the CAM, so that every time the user will do the accessing through the CAM and access to their own servers. Okay, of course, some of the customer that will say, hey, I can put the SSL certificate into the server as well, right? Yes, you may do so. But if let's say you put the SSL certificate and then offload in the server itself, so this one will be burden the server's resources, and then your server require for the high resources to cater for this function. Okay, so that's why we will encourage customer that will offload their SSL certificate into the CAM device. Okay, so that let the CAM device to do this type of the offloading. Okay, then reduce the resources for the server itself. Okay, and also we will come with the TCP/IP multiplexing. We do provide for the application template. Okay, and also we can perform the high availability and also GSLP, come with the server health and application health check as well. Okay, so this one is a load balancing features. Okay, when come to the application template, okay, for the CAM, we do support and provide all these type of template and over 80 templates that you can download from the website. Okay, so this one is enable high performance and also security delivery of the application. Okay, so this type of the application workload, okay, you can do the exchange, you can do the Skype, you can do the remote desktop, the dynamic, the IIS, and so on over here. Okay, so this one depends on you, what is your requirement. Okay, mostly they will do, let's say for example, they have the exchange services, then they have two servers that doing the same exchange account there, then you can do this kind of workload. Okay, of course, if let's say you want to do the template, okay, for this template, you can download from the website. Okay, this one is the simplified deployment and also the best practice delivery. As you can see previously, okay, we're able to support all this type of the application workload. Okay, of course, if let's say you want to do your own setting, okay, you are welcome to do that. But if let's say you are newly to deploy this CAM, okay, you don't know how you want to do the starting, okay, you may download the application template, okay, which is already certified by the CAM and also the vendor itself, okay, is able to work perfectly inside the CAM. Okay, so when you import this template, okay, you just need to put in all the IP details and then all the backend services, the setting that will automatically help you to do the importing, and then you can use it immediately. So from here, we have more than 80 of the application template you can download from the website. Okay, so this one you can do the fast deployment. Okay, if let's say you are newly use the CAM, okay, you don't know how to do the setup, then you can download this template as well. Okay, so next one we do have the global server load balancing. Okay, so for the global server load balancer is different with the typical of the load balancer, because typical load balancer you can do this inside the same premises only. But if let's say you have two data centers that are located at two different locations, for example, one at the Malaysia, another one at the Singapore. Okay, so you want to diversify all the traffic to two different countries database. Data center, sorry. Okay, so you can use this type of the direct web facing traffic, okay, to the closest and also fastest performing data center through our the intelligence DNS response. Okay, of course you can do the field over traffic, okay, from the data center that suffer from a outage, okay, to another data center. For example, for the Malaysia data center that have the issue on the ISP connection or the server performance there, then they will redirect you to the Singapore data center, as you can see on the screen right here. Okay, so for this one, you can apply the business rule to do the traffic management. Okay, so that will help you to do the distribute all the requests across the hybrid cloud infrastructure as well. Okay, if let's say you have on-prem and also you have the cloud, okay, then you can do this kind of the hybrid, the intersection over there, okay, or the field over. Okay, so all this one we will provide you the syslog logging, the email notification, interface bonding, and we do support for the gigabit support as well. Okay, so this one we will help you to do the health checking for the server. Okay, not only for the ISP connection. Okay, if let's say the ISP connection inside the Malaysia database, okay, data center is clear one, but when come to the server unable to do that, unable to reach, then that will automatically help you to diversify to the Singapore data center there. Okay, so this one is a global server load balancer. Next one, we have the web application firewall, okay, which is included into the CAM server load balancer as well. It's the real-time threat protection for the package and also the custom applications. And we do support for the organizational PCI DSS compliance. And we do support for the DLP, which is the data loss prevention and the mitigation of the OWASP top 10 common vulnerability. So all this one, if you have the daily rules update, that means you can do the automatic update from the CAM server database, then they will keep on downloading. And this one will do the prevention against all the SQL injection and also the cross-site script mitigation, cross-site request forgery, CSRF, and so on. Okay, so all this one we will help you to do the prevention. Yeah, this one is depends on the licensing that you have subscribed. So later on we will talk in the next slide over there. Okay. Yeah. Next one, we have the Edge Security Pack, which is the ESP. Okay, this one is the replacement for the Microsoft TMG, okay, which you can do the pre-authentication and the single sign-on over here. Okay, of course, if let's say you are required for the custom form-based authentication, okay, and also the security group membership validation, you can do inside the ESP package over here. Okay, of course, for the ESP, okay, we can do the integration with your external authenticator, okay, such as the LDAP, the SMML, the Radius, and also your AD. Okay, so that they need to match the user authentication, then only able to access for the server itself. Okay, for the ESP, okay, inside the CAM, we do support for the two-factor authentication as well. Okay, depends on you, you want to activate on these features or not. Okay, next one for the CAM, okay, after you have purchased on this licensing, we also can provide you for the CAM 360 Central. Okay, this one you can install into another VM. So this one is simplify all the CAM device management and also control all your application delivery. Okay, this one you can do the centralized management. Okay, for all the CAM device that you have been deployed this previously, and you can manage across all the hybrid environments as well. Okay, no matter it's the on-prem or the cloud version. Okay, so that you can have the real-time performance and also the capacity metrics over there. Okay, so of course, if let's say you want to manage all the third-party load balancer, okay, you may do this. You may use this type of the CAM 360 Central also, because all you can view inside the single pane of glass. From here, you can do the management for individual of the server, the CAM load balancer over there. Either you want to do the management or you want to do the backup of the setting from the server load balancer as well. Okay, so this one you can manage all. Of course, for the CAM, okay, we also provide for the CAM 360 vision, okay, which is the proactive monitoring of your application delivery, okay, and you can proactively have the issue escalation and also the real-time notification, okay. If let's say they have some issue that happen on the server itself, they will immediately send out the notification and also the proactive issue escalation to our CAM support, okay, which is the 24/7 monitoring by them. Okay, so of course, all this one you can predefine all the threshold and also the event. Okay, so if let's say the server unable to do the checking or unable to ping to the certain server, okay, then they will automatically send you the email notification, and also you can set this alert you want to send to the CAM support for you to do the further checking or further investigation or not. Okay, so of course we have the application availability measurement and also the reporting that can be providing to you. Okay, and this one already included into the licensing as well. Okay, so this one is the deployment architecture that you can see over here. Okay, of course you want to do the load balancing for the web tier and also the app tier. Okay, and also the database or the storage. Okay, depends on you how you want to do this kind of the load balancing. Okay, so we can do the intelligent load balancing for the reverse proxy, the SSL acceleration. The if let's say you want to deploy for the application template, okay, you may do so over here. Okay, so this one is the multiple CAM use cases. Okay, that we have been deployed. Okay, for previously. Okay, what we have talked about so far all is workload deal with the Microsoft as well. Okay, however, okay, with the Microsoft introduced all their Office 365 platform, okay, there is a shift from the on-premise installation to the Microsoft Exchange as well. Okay, and also SharePoint, etc. Okay, have you met any customer that monitoring their will not to do the load balancer because they have the moving Office 365 over there? Yeah. So when one of the major workload that we are focusing on is moving away from the need of the load balancing, okay, there is a need for the CAM to move away from just focusing on Microsoft workload. Okay, here I split out into three categories over here. Okay, so we have the we just focusing on the Microsoft workload. Okay, and split category which is the web application, the virtual desktop, and also the block storage over here. Okay, so for the web application, besides for the Microsoft workload or any workload built upon the Apache web server, okay, are supported as well. There are SAP and also the Moodle. Okay, they are the general web application which represent an interface that allow all the user to interact with it. Okay, so of course for the CAM, you can do the positioning to provide the application delivery functionality. Okay, such as the reverse proxy, the SSL offloading, the SSO, and also the WAF as well. Okay, so on top of the visualization, okay, that being adopted by the customer with the current situation of the COVID, because more and more workforce are moving to the remote and then they will doing the work from home. Okay, so they will remotely access to the office infrastructure to do their daily job. Okay, of course, because now is the COVID-19 pandemic, there is a spike in the demand of the removal solution, such as the VM or the Citrix. Okay, so CAM has a part of the play in terms of the VDI solution as well. So CAM can provide all the availability, the scalability, resiliency, and also the performance improvement as well. Okay, and as well as for the block storage, okay, here we can see the Dell EMC ESC solution, okay, NetApp, the cloud, the scalability. These are some of the block storage that we work together with it. Okay, take for the example EMC. Okay, it's a object storage solution where the application access to the storage through the specific HTTP or HTTPS protocol. Okay, and we play in this to provide the same availability, the scalability, the resiliency, and also the performance improvement as well. Okay, yeah. So when come to the SSO with the single sign-on, okay, on top of it, just the load balancing, we are able to do the we are able to utilize all the CAM ESP or the SSO into the application that we have been do the load balancing, just as what we did for the Microsoft workload as well. Okay, now you can see the trend any forming, okay, that you have been doing with the Microsoft workload. Okay, it can be replicated to another workload. Okay, so don't restrict ourselves here. You have done the SSO for the Microsoft SharePoint, for example. It's a web portal where user can access to their information that been stored, okay, inside the in their own server. So if you just put into the consideration, as long as it's a web portal, then you request the user to log in, then we will need to enable the utilize of the ESP for the SSO as well. Okay, so that the user that can connect to the server via their own authenticator server. Okay, so this one is to the protection and also the more security over there. Okay, next one we have the security and also the resilience through all the application. Okay, for this one we will mainly focus on the WAF. Okay, so the WAF is providing the protection for the web application beside of the Microsoft workload over here. Okay, so the same goes to the WAF. Okay, as it did for the web application firewall. Typically, customer will look for the protection against all the OWASP top 10 as well. Okay, so what you have known about WAF on the protection workload, okay, you can use it here with other web application workload. For example, you have configured WAF to protect against the vulnerability, okay, or the IIS workload. The same you can be done for the Apache, for example. Okay, so the same concept apply the protection against non-vulnerability, against the botnet, against the bad IP address, and so forth. Okay, so you don't let you what you have already known about the CAMS goes to waste. Okay, you can repurpose those knowledge and utilize it to the positioning of the CAM for other workloads as well. Okay, and then next one we have the case studies for the web application. Okay, that is use case inside the Moodle over here. Okay, actually, as you can see from the screen here, okay, actually Moodle is a learning platform that designed for the provide the educator, the administrator, and the learner with a single robust and secure integrated system as well. Okay, so for the CAM solution that apply into their environment is do the load balancing for their Moodle server, okay, reverse proxy, and also providing the SSL offloading over here. Okay, of course, they also will apply for the CAM web application firewall to do their own application protection as well. Okay, yeah. So this one is a case study tool that is the web application use case for the IIS and also the Apache. Okay, so what is the solution that CAM able to do over here? Okay, is the CAM using their own GSLP to load balance all across all the data center, okay, to support the disaster recovery as well. Okay, so for the load balancing, also on the online retail portal, and also they perform the reverse proxy and SSL offloading over here with the CAM web application firewall as well. Okay, so this one is mostly for the e-commerce retail web application over here. Okay, yeah. So this one is supports subscription. Okay, that we have provide to you right now is the enterprise and also the enterprise plus. Okay, as you can see, the differences between the enterprise and enterprise plus is the WAF, okay, which the web application firewall, and also GSLP, and the third one is the floating license. Okay, so the floating license is, for example, now you are purchasing for the on-prem licensing. Okay, next time you want to move to the cloud and then you want to use the cloud licensing, you may do so. But this one only applicable for the enterprise plus version. Okay, so for this two, enterprise and also enterprise plus, okay, we also include for the 24/7 support and the advanced replacement if let's say you are subscribing for our hardware model. Okay, and also we do come from the software update and also the system notification and hotfix as well. Okay, so both of the subscription we also able to let you to install the CAM 360 Central and also the CAM 360 Vision that we have been showing up just now. Okay, so this one is all the subscription, and also we have the key benefit just now mentioned. We have the flexibility, the value, and also the simplicity over here. Okay, so of course simplicity is easy to do the configuration, and then valuable. Okay, it's up to 40% of the saving compared to the traditional model or the party load balancing over there. Okay, and also we have the flexibility to access all the features performance. Okay, this one it depends on the licensing that you have been subscribed. Okay, so for the CAM we have the worker support, and then we will follow the sun to do the supporting. Okay, we have the APAC region, the America region, and also the Europe region over here. Okay, so when come to the value proposition over here, okay, we have three types. We have the quantifiable benefit, the organization benefit, and also the functional benefit over here. Okay, when come to this one, okay, we have include all the data and also the output that can be put, measure, and also the compare. Okay, so in a typical solution purchase, Okay, so a lot of customers they will think how long the ROI will be taken. Okay, so the most basic formula to calculate the ROI is just the total net profit divide by the total investment. Okay, so how fast can be the ROI can be achieved? Okay, is the first major factor, and also customer look at it when deciding for the solution to purchase, right? Okay, so the total cost of the ownership is an important factor that are often used to justify for the purchase. Okay, so from CAM itself, besides providing the superior ROI and also the excellent value performance, okay, such as the SSL and also the gig per second translate, okay, to easily justify from customer procurement cycle as of why CAM sit in place over here. Okay, not to mention that the TACO calculator from CAM website, okay, you can see from the website over there that allows all the partner and also customer to calculate their own TCO required when they're adopting for the CAM solution. Okay, so this one actually you can show inside the website as well. Okay, so if let's say you just type for the TCO calculator for the CAM, okay, then they will immediately show up from here. Okay, so next one we have the organizational benefit over here. Okay, so when a company purchase a new solution, okay, beside for the hassle of doing all type of the paperwork, okay, and also we need to ensure they are getting the best value. Okay, so the first particular point is they need to decide, okay, is it a solution is very complex. Okay, so the company shouldn't have too much of the additional cost or resources to handle the new solution. Yeah, because when you have the new solution or new device being coming in, okay, you need to have more extra effort to do this kind of the survey, and also you want to do this kind of the configuration. Okay, so of course it shouldn't be add on the significant workload on their existing staff as well. Okay, so for the CAM, we have provide all the peace of mind for the IT, okay, because you can have the simplicity of the deployment, okay, and also you have the quicker of the deployment, okay, to load balance all your application workload as well. Okay, for if let's say you want to provide the load balance for the internal user and also the external user, okay, you may do so as well. Okay, next one is the functional benefit. Okay, for the load balancing solution, okay, we have been around for more than 20 years. Okay, so from the Cisco local director to the application delivery controller, okay, that we are seeing right now. Okay, it's a very mature technology, and there's no big features that are going to come from any other vendor. Okay, so it will make them stand out from the rest as well. So 95% of the load balancing vendor actually support for the 95% of the load balancing features that are requested by the customer as well. Okay, so for the functional benefit includes all the reduced availability risk for the deployed application, and also it able to ensure all the availability to the application, simplify scalability, and also peace of mind to know the CAM help in their SLA target, okay, for each of the company as well. Okay, so for the CAM positioning, okay, so as you can see over here, AX, which the application experience, okay, is the core concept for us. Okay, and when we talk about the application delivery experience, the application load balancing, the GSLB, which the global server load balancing, then we can include also with the WAF, which the web application firewall, and the single sign-on authentication, edge security pack. But for the fundamental things that we are focusing on when we talk about the application experience, okay, it's one down to server load balancing, okay, and also the global server load balancing. Okay, so for the CAM, actually, the software-based solution, against we are focusing on the load balancing as well. So for the CAM, actually, we are the cost-effective, okay, not because we are cheap and we are, but we are the cost effective over here because we are focused on the core solution that are the server load balancing, the global server load balancing, and also when we talk about other solutions such as the F5s, okay, then with the multiple modules they are offering to you, okay, such as the FM, the network firewall, the AM acceleration, and so on. Okay, of course, the competitor they are focused a lot of time and effort into the development this kind of the features, and those time of the effort spent, okay, maybe they are translated to the cost. So that's why for the competitor, maybe their hardware will be higher price compared to the CAM itself. Okay, of course, for the title statement right at the end there. Okay, so this is a nice message of Shirley is to lead to tell the other piece. Okay, that we have over here, which the provide the invisible technology with the visible impact. Okay, making it easy for our customer to power and always on application experience. Okay, so that's why this one is the CAM positioning that we have been done so far over here. Okay, so when come to the load balancing, okay, this one is the sizing that we will talk to the customer itself. Okay, so what is the application that you are using, and then how many user per second concurrent user that will be using over here. Okay, and then what is the number of the connection per second, what is the number of the requests, okay, and what is the throughput that you require, because from the CAM server load balancing, okay, for the no matter is for the virtual or for the hardware, okay, so we will require tell us what is your throughput that you require, and also how many users that you have over here. Okay, and also is your application is the HTTP or the HTTPS and so on over here. Okay, and also we will need to know either your data center you have located at a different location or not. Okay, if yes, then you can enable for the GSLP function as well. Okay, and then when come to the WAF, okay, so this one is the WAF sizing. Okay, so we will ask you what is your application and how many application that you have over here. Okay, because once you activate the WAF, okay, of course the model that you require for the CAM server load balancing that will be increasing over there. Okay, so for the ESP, also we can help you to do the sizing, where what is the application and how many application over here. Okay, and then what are the authentication server that been used. Okay, either it's the AD, the radius, or is this a 2FA required. Okay, so of course, if you require for the 2FA, and then what is the 2FA that you require to use over there. Okay, yeah. So this one is a CAM presentation. So now I will go back to the demo side. Yeah. Okay. So this one is CAM server load balancing interface over here. As you can see, from here we do include for the load balancing, and also if let's say you are required for the global server load balancing, okay, with the GSLP, okay, we already included over here. And also, if let's say you are required for the WAF, okay, we also have the WAF setting over here. As you can see, for the WAF, we have the daily rules update. Okay, then you can have you can view what is the changes that already made, and then you can set all the automated install for the WAF as well. Okay, and then from here, okay, you can view all the statistics, okay, either for the CAM device and also uh, for the uh, for the CAM itself. And also if let's say you want to have the you want to view, is that the server, is it inside the better condition or is it down over there. Okay, then you can see from here. Okay, for example, for the real server, okay, this one we have the virtual IP and then we have the real server over there. Okay, if let's say for the real server one is down, then they will automatically help you to do diversify to the second real server there. Okay, so this one you will make sure all the server, okay, is always available to do the accessing. Okay, yeah. So of course, if let's say you are required for the HA, okay, you may perform on that. Okay. So of course, this one is all the features for the CAM itself. Okay. So just I mentioned, you can create the VIP, you can create the real server. If let's say you want to manage the SSO, you may do so. Okay. And then this one is the template. Okay, this template you can download from the CAM website. Okay, we have more than 80 over templates that you can download over here. Okay, for example, you want to do the load balancing for the remote desktop services, then you just download for the template as well. Okay, so of course, if let's say you want to have the searching for the, okay, yeah. So you can download from the template over here. As you can see from the CAM website, okay, you can download more than 80 over templates. Then you just need to download and import it into the CAM device itself. Okay, so after you have import, then you can manually key in all the IP address that you require or the real server that you require over there. Okay, so actually it's fast and also the easier to do the deployment over there. Okay, so this one is rules checking. Okay, we do support for the content rules. Okay, then if let's say you want to create all the content rule or the content matching, okay, you may do over here. If let's say you have HA, okay, so you just need to deploy in, you just need to modify or add in into one time only. That means one device only. Then that will automatically help you to do the syncing to another device. Okay, so if let's say for the first CAM device have been down, then the second device also able to create the rules over there and make sure the processing, okay, from the user to do accessing to the server able to continue. Okay, yeah. So this one is the certificate security. Okay, so if let's say you want to offload the SSL certificate, okay, you may do so. Okay, so of course, if let's say you want to the okay, this one is the standard option over here. Okay, either you want to do the normal service or you want is your persistent mode over here. Okay, of course, if let's say you want to create new server load balancing, okay, so you just need to, okay, so if let's say you want to offload the SSL, okay, you can enable over here. Okay, yeah, so you just need to put in your SSL certificate over here. Of course, if let's say you want to enable the WAF, okay, this WAF you can enable by the VIP, okay, which is the virtual IP over here. Do not necessary to enable for all the IPs over there. Okay, you can select which virtual IP that you want to enable the WAF only. Okay, once you have take, then you can select which of the rule set that you want to deploy over there. Okay, same goes to the ESP. Okay, so you can select which VIP that you want to deploy or you want to launch on it. Okay, instead of you enable into all the VIP services over there. Okay, so for now, there's no limitation of how many virtual IP that you can create over here. Okay, but you need to make sure when come back to the sizing just now, okay, we need to know how many applications that you have and then how many concurrent users that you'll be accessing over there. Okay, so that we can help you to do the proper sizing and also do this kind of the proposal for you as well. Okay, so of course, if let's say you are required for the trial, okay, for the CAM load server load balancer, okay, no matter it's the hardware device or the software device, okay, virtual device, then you may contact us, then we can do the arrangement and then we can help you to do the setup as well, okay, if you require for us on help on that. Okay, of course, this one is the presentation and also for the demo for our CAM device. Okay, so if let's say you have any question, then you can always inform us, okay, or you can contact our salesperson, okay, then we can help you to do the presentation. And also if let's say your end user required to propose, ask you to propose the server plan, okay, then you can always contact us, then we will help you to do the presentation. If let's say POC required, then we will arrange on that. Okay, so until this one, is there any other question? Yeah. Yeah. So if let's say there's no any other question, then yeah, that's all for our webinar for today. Yeah. So if let's say you have any question, you can just drop us an email and then we will help you to do the presentation and also the POC and also the setup, okay, for the hardware and also the software device as well. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's all for today. Yeah. Thank you so much.